one story was about a woman who she was married, but she still had old residue hung over from a previous relationship that she never forgave, and it didn't heal, and she felt that that was carrying over in her relationship. And she made a postcard and she said, "Oh, I'm going to send it to you." And I said, "Okay." And I never got it. And I contacted her a couple weeks later. I said, "I never got it." She goes, "Oh, I haven't sent it yet. I'm going to send it." And about a week later, she sent it. And the day she sent it, the old ex reached out to her to apologize.
Hola y bienvenidos. Welcome to Molé Mama Cooking with Love. You're about to join us for our weekly adventure where we chat with entrepreneurs and authors and amazing people who are helping us to be inspired, to connect, and to learn. And for Mother Teresa, spread love everywhere you go and let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. That is my favorite quote of hers. And it's so appropriate for today's guest. Today's guest is a dear friend. She's a published author, as well as an amazing photographer and artist. And I am so blessed to have her with us. But before I bring her on, Melisa Caprio is here from Postcards to the Universe. And why this quote is so appropriate for her is because happiness is an inside job. And I know that so many of you listening already know that. And how we find our happiness is often connected to our passion and our dreams. And Melisa has started a movement that helps us, that can help you connect to your passion and to your dreams, just like she did for me. So I'd like to read for you from her brand new book that's just out. I actually am featured in her book. We're going to hear all about that in just a few moments, as well as many other amazing people. But this is what I experienced with her movement. And so I want to share this with you so that you can see how amazing this woman is. Manifest your soulmate, dream job, or anything you desire with Melisa Caprio's Postcards to the Universe. This beautiful page turner will make you believe in magic and possibly stay up late to create your very own postcard and rush it to the post office. That's what I did, and it changed my life. Melisa has so much to do with where I am with Molé Mama, with my own book, and so many other amazing things that I'm working on. So my heart is filled with gratitude and joy to have her here to talk to you and hopefully inspire you to follow that dream and find your passion. So Melisa, can you tell us how you started this whole movement? What happened? Tell us the story.
Okay, so it's an interesting story. So what ended up happening is I used to have a job. I'm a photographer first off, and I used to have a job as a staff photographer for a company called Dolphin Human Therapy. And I photographed dolphins doing therapy with handicapped children. And I had that job for 7 years, and it was really, it was so amazing. It's such an incredible experience. And at the same time, I was married. And what ended up happening is at right around the 7-year mark, the job was ending. They were leaving the facility that they were in. So as the job was ending, my marriage ended and I was moving. So literally, and I swear in a 30-day period, the job ended, the marriage, the separation started, and I had to move. So I ended up moving back with family. Thank God for family. And trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. I was going through a lot of emotional pain at that time, grieving the loss of not only the relationship, but the job that I just adored that job. So I was asking questions. I was asking the whys. Why does this happen to me? Life isn't fair, playing the victim. And I started looking for answers. And the way I started looking for answers is I'm a huge reader. I read books, and I happened to find Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. And that sort of started me on the road to healing and seeking and spirituality. And from Louise, I started reading Wayne Dyer and so many others. And that's when I learned about manifestation and the law of attraction. And I'm like, there's no way that I manifested all this in my life, because who wants to manifest all that pain, right? I mean, nobody wants that.
No, absolutely not.
Right? So, but when I started to do the work, I realized, oh, it made sense that I attracted this kind of a relationship. Oh, it made sense that I attracted. And I talk about how I unconsciously manifested working with dolphins. I use that in a story in the book. So for people who want to know how that happened, I have a whole story about how I use my life as an example of how we unconsciously manifest. So from there, I started learning more and more about this. And at the same time, I was doing commercial photography. And at the same time, I'm a fine art photographer. I was photographing letters and cards and people's beautiful handwriting. I love other people's handwriting. Mine is terrible. I'm a lefty, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I mean, it's not good. So I just love beautiful letters and cards, and I've always loved postcards. So one night, and I really believe it was divinely given, I was about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was falling asleep, and I heard very clearly, Postcards to the Universe. I heard it in my head, and it sounded really loud, like important, so important that I sat up and I said, oh, this means something. And I opened up my computer and I got on GoDaddy and I checked, and the domain was available, postcardstotheuniverse.com. I bought it right there. I bought .com, .org, .info, all of it. And then I just felt that it was important, and I didn't know. And I went back to sleep, and I didn't do anything with it for a year. And about a year later, I met a woman. There's no coincidences. I met a woman who was teaching a law of attraction course. And it was about a 16-week course. It was local. We would meet every week, and I loved it. And I learned so much. And from there, I met more and more people that helped me create a website, figure out exactly what I wanted Postcards to the Universe to be, and what I wanted it to look like. And then what it eventually turned into, now I'm giving you the short version, but this is over, a long period of time. It eventually turned into me asking people to create a manifesting postcard, to pick one area of their life that they want to bring something in and create a postcard around manifesting that, to use visuals. They could draw, they could paint, they can cut out pictures of magazines that represent what it is that they want to bring into their life, that sort of, so you're telling the universe, basically, this is what I want. This is what I want to bring into my life, and then to send it out. And people can find out how to do that really specifically if they go to my website, and there's a how it works section, and I have it all laid out. So this is over, God, I don't know, so many years that I'm finally at this stage where now I have an actual physical book.
Which is outstanding.
Thank you.
And not only do you have a physical book that we're going to talk about more in a moment, but you listened. Mm-hmm. You woke up in the middle of the night and you took action immediately.
Yes.
Right, which is so amazing. And you just trusted that it was important. You actually spent money on something you didn't even know
I know.
was going to be called.
Yeah, right? It felt really important. Like, just how loud it was in my head, so I knew, okay, somebody is telling me something. Now, meanwhile, a whole year has pretty much gone by of me doing nothing but reading about, connecting to our higher selves and life lessons, and learning from our pain, and connecting to the angels, connecting to the universe, connecting to God. So I was already doing that. So when I heard it, I really believed it was divinely given. that there was a reason I heard it.
Most definitely there was a
Mm-hmm.
reason, and the name is so remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And then we met in a class like 5 years ago.
Right.
And I remember, we were doing a book proposal class together. And after the class was over, there are several of us that are still connected, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you did a practice class with us on how to make your
Right.
postcards. And I'm like, oh boy, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to be supportive, but I'm not an artist. I can't draw. So
Yeah, but you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be an artist at all. Like some of the postcards I get, some people just write, I say, put your affirmation in the I am, not the I want, in the it's already happened kind of way. So some people who don't feel very artistic will just go through a magazine and will cut out words, and they'll write out, I am financially, abundant, or whatever their postcard is. And they'll cut out pictures of like money, sports cars, traveling, and they can send it like that. There's no rules and there's no limits. And that's what I love about it, is I love that I never know, everybody's so individual. I never know what I'm going to get. And I get super excited. Like I went to the mailbox yesterday and I got 2 postcards, and this woman, she drew, looks like she did watercolor, and she drew all around like the words, all these affirming words all through the postcard. It's really cool. And I think I know who it is, actually. I'm not quite sure who it is. I have to message this person and say, hey, did you send me this? Let me know. So if you guys who are listening are going to make a postcard, yeah, just send me an email. You can contact me right from my website and let me know, hey, postcard's on the way to you. Look out for it.
well, it's absolutely beautiful the way you've helped people and the way you helped me, because I was terrified. And I drew mine out, and it was an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I tell other friends that don't know about you is like, it's like doing a vision board,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but then you send it out and you just trust that these things are going to happen for you.
Right. Trust is really important. Yeah, it's like a mini vision board. And I
Mhm.
recommend you can do as many as you want. I mean, we have one friend, our friend Terry, she sends me a postcard all the time for so many different things. You can make it, and I love hers because they're so beautiful. But you can make as many as you want, but try to focus your postcard on one area. So when you're in that creative space and you're playing, what you're doing is you're imagining yourself having these things. Like if you're finding pictures of, say, of a dream vacation you want to go on, and that's what you want your postcard to be about. As you're creating and you're getting into that energy of, you're seeing yourself on this trip, right? You're imagining yourself doing this. And that's what the universe is responding to. And then you send out your postcard like you placed an order. Like, okay, here, universe, here's my order. All right, now we just have to have patience and wait, and then it will come.
Yeah.
And take inspired
Okay.
action for that dream to come.
And can you go and talk to us a little bit more about this playing? Because I think as an adult, that's something I know myself. We lose that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kids are master manifestors because they live in the now. Right? They live in the now. They're not thinking about all the mistakes they made in the past because they're too little and they haven't made any yet. They're not thinking about the future. They can't imagine being an adult. They're not worried about how they're going to pay their bills. They're not worried about all this stuff. So they're master manifestors in the sense that they've tapped into the creative energy of the universe. So when we make a postcard, that's what I ask people to do, is to tap into that playful energy like you did when you were a kid. I mean, kids have such big imaginations, right? They imagine all these worlds and it becomes real to them. So we lose that when we're adults. So when you're sitting there and you're creating your postcard, you're getting back into that playful, powerful, energetic spirit that we had when we were children. And that's what the universe is responding to, our energy. The postcard is only really to give the universe the idea of this is what you want. It's really shifting your energy that's going to help you bring in what you want. So I just help people do that by making these postcards. And then like literally, like when you send it in the mail, think like, okay, universe, this is it. This is what I want.
And it works.
And it works.
And I think it works. And the other thing that I think your book does a really great job of is helping us to get clear on what we want. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about that? Because I think sometimes, we might run around saying, oh, I want this, I want that, but yeah, we're not really clear.
Right. Yeah. So thank you. Yes, that's true. So very often we think we know what we want, but what we really want is the feeling associated with what we think. So like if I'll say, what do you want? Oh, I want to be happy. Well, what does happy look like to you? To somebody, happiness may look like, for example, you cooking in your kitchen. That's what your happy looks like, right? Somebody else, and you can make a career out of it if you want, but you don't always have to. Somebody's happy maybe volunteering at an animal shelter, so happy is different. So in the book, I break it down to life themes, and I have people do some writing exercises and asking questions to get clear on exactly what it is that you want. And it helps you get clear in your mind, like, oh, okay, this is what I really, really want. All right, now I know what I need to ask for. And I laid it out. I wanted it to be easy enough for people to follow along, but powerful enough for where you really start to get some insights. You may get some real insights in your own psyche about where you're at.
And you're absolutely right, because I think that when we started and you did the workshop for us, I think that was one of the first times that I understood that for me, cooking, is definitely about the food and eating the food, but even bigger than that, it's about the connection.
Right.
And the feeling that I have, that connected feeling to the people that are eating my food or the people that are cooking with me. And I never knew that that's what I was craving, was this connection. Mm-hmm. And that when my mom died, I had lost that because I had such a strong connection with her. So that's what I was really looking for.
Right. And it's through food. Food is your love language of connecting. So that's how you do it. And
right.
And we're all, we all have deep dreams and desires, and sometimes, life can be challenging and we lose sight of that. And this is just a way of, this book just offers people a way of saying that, yeah, okay, I know you got to pay your bills. I know you still got to live your life and do what you're doing, but there's other ways of opening up your life to even more. So why not try it? I mean, who doesn't want to play?
Exactly. Who doesn't want to play?
It's like super easy. You just got to sit down and do it, and have fun and make it fun.
And if I can just add for our listeners and for people that are thinking about buying your book and doing a postcard, for me, you got to get out of your own way. Yes. So like what I was talking about, like, I'm not an artist. It's like, just get out of your own way. And what Melissa's saying about playing, it's so true. And just to dream.
Yeah.
And open your heart to what it is that you truly want.
Yeah, that is true. Yes, get out of your own way, because we are our own worst critics, enemies. And like you said, the first thing you thought was, oh, I'm no artist, right?
Yep.
Instead of, oh, I want to create this and this and this and this, and I want to bring this into my life. The first thing you did was you criticized yourself and you said, I'm no artist, right? So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to say, you know what? I deserve to have this, this, and this. And I'm going to make it fun by sitting down and getting like I was like when I was a little kid, and coloring and showing everybody, or showing the world, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. This is what I want, and I deserve it.
And that's so beautiful. The other thing that I wanted to add about creating, I remember when I created my first postcard, was there was something very like contractually binding for me because I put a stamp on it and mailed it.
Yes.
And I'm all about contracts because of, my day job and working in corporate America. It was like, ooh, I actually put a stamp on this and mailed it off. Like there's something that prompted action in me that I had never experienced before with other things that I had tried to create.
I love that you said that, because that is an energy. That's it right there. You just said it. It's a contract. You just made a contract with the universe, and you took that seriously. And the energy, right? And the energy was felt. That's it. So yeah, it's a contract with the universe. You're making a contract. I love that you said it like that.
That's how I felt, Melissa. I really did. And my subsequent, cards definitely feel that way. So now you have a book.
Now I have a book. I know.
And it's so beautiful, Melissa. Like when I got mine, I cried because it's so beautiful.
I am super proud of it. It is amazing. I mean, I'm holding it as I'm talking to you and looking at it. And yeah, it's my postcard, one of my postcards, because I have a bunch. One of my postcards manifested into reality is right now in my physical hands. And that's why magic is my favorite word, because I am anything magical I love. I mean, I can watch Harry Potter 1,000,000 times and probably have anything. So I feel like that. I feel like the idea was there and poof, and here it is. Like I just manifested it. It's in my hands and I love it.
And I think when you talk about that word magic, for me, what your book is, and it's like based on, I'm using it from one of my favorite movies, but practical magic.
Oh my God, it's my favorite. I love that movie.
I do too. And this book gives you, it's detailed. How do you do this? How do you get focused? How do you know what to ask for? So it gives you all the steps.
It gives you all the steps. And the stories in it are incredible. The 30 stories, one being mine, they're so different. And I mean, even one story was about a woman who, she was married, but she still had old residue hung over from a previous relationship that she never forgave, and it didn't heal, and she felt that was carrying over in her relationship. And she made a postcard and she said, "Oh, I'm going to send it to you." And I said, "Okay." The whole story's in the book, and I never got it. And I contacted her a couple weeks later. I said, "I never got it." She goes, "Oh, I haven't sent it yet. I'm going to send it." And about a week later, she sent it. And the day she sent it, the old ex reached out to her to apologize.
Oh my
Isn't
goodness.
that crazy? I know. It gives me goosebumps. It's a crazy story. So I realized when she didn't send it, she wasn't ready to release it yet. And then when she was, and she finally let it go, it opened up and she got the apology that she never got so that she could move on and forgive and let it go finally. Yeah. So that's in the book. So that's just one story.
That is a beautiful story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
That same day, literally a couple hours after she sent the postcard, she got a message, a Facebook message. She hadn't spoken to him in years. And it's crazy. That's how it works. So when I say it works, it works.
It definitely works. Now, you have the book.
I have the book.
So how can we find the book and what versions does it come in and all that kind of good stuff?
So with the book format, I prefer it. You can also get it in an ebook, but I like having and flipping through the pages and seeing the photographs actually sitting in front of me. But either way, it looks beautiful digitally also. So, it's my baby, so I like holding her,
Oh, Melissa, it's so beautiful. I'm just so excited for you. I'm so proud of you because it's so gorgeous, and to know that you manifested a published book.
I know.
So
yeah, that was my postcard. That was mine to get a publishing contract. So I had that on. I still have that on my wall. I see it every day. I created a postcard about getting a publishing contract. So there you go. Right.
No, it absolutely works. And, I remember when I found out that you were getting published, I was like, had tears going, oh my gosh,
Thank
you
you.
did it. And, it's so fantastic. And I think this is such a great message and a tool for people to use. So, when you're going to be now doing a launch tour, right? And you have some events coming
So
up.
yeah, so I'm doing a book signing. If you are in the South Florida area, it's in Miami at Books and Books, which is an amazing independent bookstore, on January 11th on 111. So those are master manifesting numbers, and it just fell that way. So it's perfect. So if you happen to be in the South Florida area, it's open. It's at 5 o'clock on January 11th. And I'm also doing a podcast tour, and you're my first podcast. So it's really exciting. Yeah, so I will be releasing those as they come along, and they're scheduled to be released. Also, I would love it if people would go to my website, postcardstotheuniverse.com, and if you go to the How It Works page, you can create your own postcard and you can sign up for my newsletter. And I send people who sign up a free gift. And that way you can keep in touch with what's going on with me. And I highly recommend making manifesting postcards. The address is on there for where you can send them. And just drop me a line that you're sending me a postcard. And when your story manifests, share it. And you can be in a future book. Because I'm planning on doing more. So.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we haven't really talked about this, and you spoke about it at the beginning, but you are an amazing photographer, and I feel like we brushed over that.
Thank you.
And the fact that you've taken these photos, just the book itself with the tools and the tips, but then the photos that you did in here of the different postcards that contribute to the stories are beautiful. And you're just an amazing human.
Aww.
So I need to tell my listeners that I am working on my second book on a cookbook. And you flew out here and spent like more than a week with me and photographed all my food. And the first time I looked at one of the pictures of the photo that you had done of my food, I cried.
Yeah.
Because my food has never looked like that, girl. So you just were like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then you did all this training with me. And so, I feel like my food photos have a long way to go, but they've definitely been influenced by Melisa Caprio. They should just say Molé Mama /MC because that's what's happened. But you're an amazing photographer.
Aww,
So you're
thank you.
And you're such a nice person because you came and helped me, and it was so much fun. It was just, I felt like my sister was here with me, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience for me.
Oh, thank you. It was for me too. We had so much fun. And let me tell you something. I ate everything that she made, and it was unbelievably delicious. So I got so much out of it. It was so good. So she would prepare these beautiful dishes. I would photograph them, and then we would eat them. So it was amazing. Yeah, I had so much fun doing it, and I cannot wait to see when that comes out. So I'm super excited. Yeah, I think that's part of what my contribution to my book is too, is my energy, because when I'm photographing somebody's postcard, I take it very seriously. I'm honoring that person's dream. You know what I'm saying? So I am also putting all my good energy and my creativity into that person manifesting what they want. So it's very important to me. So that's what I love about my book, is it's like we're creating everybody's dream together. It's not about competition anymore. It's all about co-creation and helping each other.
That is so beautiful. And it shows, that comes out strongly in the book. And it's just so visually beautiful in addition to all the wisdom that is there
Thank
and the
you.
tips. It's fantastic, Melisa.
Thank you so much, Diana.
Really. I'm so excited for you. I really am. I'm just so
Me
excited. And I
too.
know that you were here when you got the digital version of your book, and then to actually see it
I
printed.
know. I was. We were working on your cookbook when they sent me the digital version, and I was like, "Oh my God, Diana, look!"
So
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
It's really good stuff. So for somebody to get started, what do you think, they need to get your book,
Yeah.
and then what do they need to do?
Yes, they need to get the book, and the book has tons of exercises. So I would get very clear on what it is that you want. And I would give yourself the space to create a postcard. I ask people, I have a call to action. It's like you said, we can't just sit on the couch and eat a bonbons and say, I want, a new relationship. And then you don't move from your couch. It doesn't work that way. You got to take
No, it does
inspired.
not work.
you,
No.
you have to take inspired action. So like I said, if you go to the how-to on my website, I lay it out really simple and tell people how to create a manifesting postcard, and the steps to take and to send it out to me. But what I would also recommend is once you do that, like make it a sacred event. Make it, shut your phone off, shut your television off, lock your door, do it. Take an hour out of, your week, collect all the visuals that go with what you want to manifest. So if it's relationships, cut out pictures of couples on their honeymoon. If it's a new house, cut out pictures of a dream house of what you want it to look like. Write it in an affirmation, as in, I am grateful for my new home. Like, write it as it's already yours. And make it a thing, like make it a whole event. And because that's how you're putting all your energy into it. And then when you release it, bless it, know that it's coming to you, and just let me know, hey, I have a postcard coming your way. And when it comes to fruition, let me know and share your story with me. But take a picture of it and put that picture of your postcard somewhere, like on your fridge, on your bathroom mirror, in your car dashboard, just somewhere that you see it subconsciously all the time, because then the universe is going to start looking for those things that you're asking for to come to you, and you're going to start seeing little synchronicities. And that's how it works.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, with my postcards, so much of it is happened. And I did a lot more than one thing because that's what I did.
Yes, you did.
So I didn't really follow instructions too well. So I'm just saying.
No, but you have a lot. Do you want to share a little bit what's on your postcard that now is your reality?
Yeah, I mean, I had put on my first postcard my book, which my book has been out for a couple of years now. And I had put out all the social media stuff that I have been doing, and that I'd have blog posts and live events and delicious recipes and, and all that stuff has happened. I think that the corporate person in me had all these numbers because that's what I, as far as I have this many followers and this and this, and it just doesn't really, I'm trying to learn that you can't really predict those things.
Right.
But all the other stuff happened. And I also love that so that one side of the postcard is all about the visual imagery, and the other side is how you're going to feel, and the part of it of how I was going to feel, that has all happened. Because for me, it's all about connection. And I met you, and I've met Elizabeth, and then all the amazing guests that I've had on my podcast. And just like you said at the beginning of our chat, that so many amazing people show up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just amazing. And on the day that you and I were going to start photographing my new cookbook, I went for a beach walk with my friend. we stopped and got coffee and some breakfast because you were still sleeping, which is fine. And I, of course, there was this cute dog at the restaurant, so I had to talk to the owners, and we started chatting. And it turns out that this was a husband and wife team that had worked with Diana Kennedy, who, if you are into Mexican cooking, she's done some amazing cookbooks. And I was like, really? And I came home and I told you, I'm like, look who I met. And they had all this advice for me. So it's pretty remarkable the way things end up working.
And that's how it happens, because it's going to take you to the next step. Everything is a step process. So you meet somebody that is going to help you say, take whatever it is you're doing to the next level, right? And you think, oh, that's so crazy. I can't believe I met that person. How funny is that? No. That's the universe doing its thing. Yeah, and on your postcard, you have television and you have your YouTube channel.
Yes.
And that was before you did that. So everything that you wrote about Molé Mama and what you wanted her to look like, I use her because I'm a her, is happening. Is happening.
Yes, absolutely.
And I get this all the time. People make a postcard, and I don't get like a message the next week or anything, but I'll get a message. Maybe it's a year later, and it always leads with this: you're never gonna believe what happened. That should be a title: Postcards to the Universe. You're never gonna believe what happened.
I think that is fantastic for a subtitle, actually.
Isn't that good, right? I do too. See, I just got it because I see it as a series because everybody says it to me. Everybody.
Yes. Mm-hmm. No, and it's absolutely so incredibly true that you're never going to believe what's happened.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes after this is over.
Yeah, you do too. And my YouTube channel, my crunchy tacos recipe, I think we're going to be at 100,000 views by the end of this year.
Wow. That's incredible.
And it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, what's actually more fun is that so many people have made those tacos in their kitchen. And, I've had so many comments, and it's so magical for me to see my mama's food in other people's homes.
Yeah.
It's so magical. And I've had people from other countries who are like, we don't have corn tortillas. How do I make these without corn? And, I've been helping them. And that part of it is just magic. For me, that's where the magic is actually seeing those recipes made in other households.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
Melissa, to have you be such a contributor, and you showed up in my life when you were supposed to, because I didn't know who you were. I didn't know what you were doing. And we took a class together.
Right. I mean, you're in California and I'm in Florida. We would never have met any other way, so it's all perfectly divinely guided. And I just have to say her crunchy tacos are freaking off the charts. So go check it out on the YouTube because I've had them and oh my God, I miss your food so much. Florida, we have great Cuban food, but I hate to say I haven't found a wonderful Mexican food place down here. So we need you to come here.
That's awesome. Well, you're coming back to visit us anyway, and I'll cook for you when you come back and visit.
I expect you to.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, Melissa, is there anything else before we sign off that you want to share with our listeners?
I just want to say that make yourself important, because if you fill up your own cup, you have enough energy to help those who you love. And what happens is we'll go above and beyond and take so much of our energy and time and all these action steps to help somebody else, but we don't do it for ourselves. And it's really important that you do that. So take some time for yourself, or do whatever you have to take care of yourself. And of course, I would love it if you would send me a postcard, and you can let me know that you heard me on this podcast. That would be wonderful. And I'm always available for anybody who has any questions. You can always email me at postcardstotheuniverse@gmail.com, and I will get back to you if you have any questions. And that's it.
I love that. Make time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So it has been so much fun talking to you, sister friend. Congratulations on your first book. I know there's going to be more.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's delightful to chat with you. And like I said, you've been such a huge part of Molé Mama. So thank you for all of your support. And I want to thank our listeners for tuning in. Please check out Melissa's book. And please have a wonderful week. And as my mama always said to me as we said our goodbyes, que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to Molé Mama Cooking with Love. Hola, this is Molé Mama. If you're enjoying our new podcast, you might want to check out my new book, Molé Mama, a memoir of love, cooking, and loss. Please stay tuned to learn more. My new book, Molé Mama, a memoir of love, cooking, and loss, is a story of my beautiful mother, Rose. Her family was from Mexico, and she taught me how to make amazing Mexican dishes like enchiladas and Spanish rice and mole and crunchy tacos and guacamole and all different types of salsas. The story focuses on the last 13 months of her life, where she helped me perfect her recipes that had never been written down, while she taste tested from her hospital bed and I cooked for her from the kitchen. It was the last part of our story together, but there is joy in the story, there is love, and I hope that it consoles you, it helps you connect and remember those that you love. Squeeze them a little harder, keep them a little closer. But oh, the stories of food, and there's even recipes. I hope you decide to check out my new book. Go to Amazon.com and search for Molé Mama, a memoir of love, cooking, and loss. Que Dios te bendiga. May God bless you.